Now, first of all, set it up with who we're talking about, so I know.
Well, once upon a time, there was a young lady named Dora Burnett, and she, how do I want to say this? I'll turn that off.
Start over.
Here.
You go ahead and tell me.
Well, we make it more. Our mom, there were 4 of us girls. But anyway, she really had a bad life when you get right down to it.
Your mom?
Yeah,
Okay.
as a young person. She had 2 brothers, Cecil, Chester, and Sam and Dick. So Mom had 4 brothers and 2 sisters, so there were 7 of them.
But Cecil and Chester were Sadie's kids.
But they were part of her. But yeah, they weren't really. They were half brothers to her.
Right.
Yeah.
Already starting out complicated.
Well,
Oh, Lord, okay.
But anyway, our mom lost her mother when she was 8 years old.
Okay.
And so all these other siblings were part of it, except Cecil and Chester, because this came along with another situation. But they were half brothers and twins. So Mom grew up with all these kids. She was the oldest, wasn't she, of all the siblings?
I think so.
Mom was the oldest, so there were 8 children, or 6 children. Yeah, 7 children. 4 boys, no, 2 of the boys were up there. 5 children, under 8. Mother gone.
And where's the dad?
Mother gone. He's in the picture.
Okay.
He's in the picture.
All right.
But now, men can't stay single very long.
Right.
Even back then. And how did, what was Mom's dad's name?
Oh, I don't remember. But anyway, he was lonesome.
And how did he meet
Sadie.
Silas and Sadie and all that side?
Silas was Mom's dad's name. No, Silas
No, that was Silas
James.
was Mom's second.
Leslie.
Leslie was, yeah.
That's where
Leslie was mine.
that's where Leslie comes in.
We don't
Dad's
know
name.
how he met Sadie, but anyway.
Yeah, but anyway, they met. And
And we're married.
Now, who's Sadie? Just another lady?
Sadie would be our mother's stepmother.
Okay.
but Sadie would have been, we had the difference
Fairly
between
young.
we had the difference between Silas and Mom, but I don't know if we had the difference between Leslie and Sadie. We could figure it out, but I don't think I've written
Can
that
you get
down.
pencil and paper, please?
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse.
There was only 10 years, was it 5, what did I see last night? 5 years or 10 years difference between Sadie and Mom?
10 years.
10 years. So Sadie would have been 10 years older than our mother.
And she
And
didn't
she
marry?
marries our mother's
Father.
father.
Okay.
Now Sadie did not like her husband's kids, which were her mom and her siblings. She didn't like them. Mom, being the oldest, took the blunt of everything. They never sat at the table to eat a meal. They were always pushed out behind. They just weren't part of the family. She was actually cruel, physically cruel to them along with this.
So your mom and her 5 siblings, she was cruel to all of them.
Yeah.
Now what about Cecil and the 2 half?
They weren't part of it.
They
Yeah.
weren't part of it. Okay.
They were her
They weren't
children.
born
They
yet.
were her children, so they didn't get treated this way because they were Sadie's children.
But they hadn't
But
come along
Silas's sons also, which was Mom's dad, not Silas, Leslie. So Leslie and Sadie had the twin boys, and they got treated okay because they were Sadie's kids. The
Okay.
other 5
The other 5
were
were
Leslie's
stepkids, and she didn't
to
care
her.
for
Well, they weren't anything to her. So anyway, in order to get rid of Mom, Sadie introduces her to her dad, Silas. Now Silas
Ew.
was, what do we say, 30? How many years older than Mom?
At least 40 years
I
old.
think we figured out 43.
Maybe it was 43. I have some of the stuff written down. He's 43.
I think you said he
years
was
older than
62
Mom.
when your mom was
And our mother was
19.
18.
Yeah, and I figured it out.
62
Mom was
and
18 when
18.
she married him.
She was 18 and she
Mom-
married a 62-year-old guy.
Well, but
Yeah.
Sadie, and I even heard Mom say this, that she was forced into that relationship. I remember her saying
Yeah.
that. Yeah, she was forced into the relationship. And then we figured out last night that
Now-
they were actually married 8 years before our brother, who is now gone, was born. And he was 10 years
Married
older.
18, so she was 26
She
when
was
Don was
27.
born, but then she lost a daughter
No,
before
between Donald
Right.
and so somewhere
Yes.
like 24, something like that, she had this girl
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
that she lost. And then Donald came along.
after that.
Yeah. And then Donald was 5 years old when Silas died. And I think he died of a heart attack. But you see, now he would have been in his 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So-
he's been
Yeah,
there for 8
yeah,
or 9 years,
right.
62,
Yeah.
70.
He
He'd
would
have been early 70s.
Which
Yeah.
is not,
Not
that's
that
fairly
long.
old for
It is.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's still in her 20s?
But yeah.
Yeah,
Later
No.
20s.
yeah, late 20s. She's late 20s.
Well, no,
Early
Don-
30s if Don
She
was
would have been in
5.
her early 30s, you're right, because Donald was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And Mom was married 8 years before she had him.
18, yeah, so she's
So that-
probably like
so-
31 maybe.
Yeah, so 13 years on to 18 makes
Yeah,
her
31.
31.
Uh-huh.
when
Yeah.
her husband dies.
Okay, so did this lady not like her dad either? That she would fix up the girl that she didn't like with the
Well,
dad?
I think at that point she didn't care.
Gosh.
Sadie,
know.
Sadie
And
was,
you're like,
was a
where's the
nasty
dad in
lady.
all
She was
this?
just a nasty lady, and I don't know what would have happened in her life that would have made her nasty. But there wasn't anything nice about her or anybody.
This relationship made Sadie my mother's mother-in-law, and my mother was Sadie's mother-in-law. That's how they were married.
Yeah. that's
I'm my
just
own grandpa,
bizarre.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm my own mother-in-law.
That's so weird.
And
Because
Donald,
they married each other's
Donald
fathers.
and Sadie
Right.
would have been
They
half
married each other's
siblings,
fathers.
right?
Isn't that
Yeah.
strange?
Yeah.
That's
Donald
true.
And Sadie. So
'Cause they
my
would have had
mom's
the same
mother-in-law
father,
was
sure.
a half sister to her son.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Wait a minute. Say it again. What now?
And then now you know I'm recording this because I heard this.
think I'm following
and
you.
we can sort this
So
out
then the
later.
relationship between Sadie and my mother's father, they had 3 children,
They had
twins,
and then Rachel.
Cecil and Chester, and
Sister
then Rachel.
and
So what was the age difference between Leslie and Sadie?
Oh, there had to been a big difference there too.
Oh, I could, I never figured that part
Sadie
out.
is 10 years older than Dora. But,
There wouldn't have been the same difference between.
no, it wouldn't have been 43, but probably at least 30.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
oh yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Because see, Silas had Sadie that was 10 years older than Mom, so because he was the father of Sadie,
I'm already
and he
lost.
was 43
I can't
years
keep up.
older than Mom,
Yeah.
and Sadie was 10 years older than Mom.
Yeah. So
I don't even-
Yeah.
So that's 30
He's
years.
30
You
years
got
old.
this all written down somewhere, don't you?
No,
no.
kind of.
Oh.
No, I
I've
think
heard-
I did.
Maybe
Every time
Troy,
I hear it,
Troy's doing
I
the
get
stand
it.
up
like
reading.
this, Troy.
I get more.
Yeah.
I get
Hi,
more
Troy.
We'll see
confused.
if his search matches what this is being.
Oh yeah.
I have
Well, if
a
it doesn't,
condensed
this
He's
is
not,
right.
Yeah.
he's not searching this part
No,
of his tree
no.
out though.
He will.
Oh yeah, but right now he's not
No.
searching this part
I
of
said
his
when he
tree
gets there, it'll be interesting to
Everybody
see
get
what.
your
Now we
tube
know
and
what it
spin
is.
it. We're gonna all figure out where we're all from.
Well, then
You're
bless
already mine,
grandma.
aren't you?
Yeah.
So then she gets to yeah. So
So now Mom
yeah.
has this 5-year-old child, and she's a widow.
Okay.
Now Aunt Frances lives in the Lone Tree area. This is her sister, our Aunt Frances. And our dad has been married to an older lady. Bertha was a lot older than Dad when they got married.
Probably not a lot.
Not the
older
difference that was
because-
between Mom and Silas, but Bertha
Yeah.
was older.
A little bit
And
older.
she dies of,
Grandpa Lenz's first wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she dies of,
I wrote Lenz's first wife for clarification.
what was it? She had a sort of a fatal type disease. What did she die of? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Anyway, she died. And we kind of heard that maybe she was pregnant. There were no children, but we heard that maybe she was pregnant when,
When
she
she
died.
died, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
they had no kids together.
Oh yeah. Okay, I think they did.
So Aunt Frances introduces Dad, because our dad was in the same neighborhood where Aunt Frances and Uncle Albert lived. And so she introduces Mom and our dad. She makes the introduction. And I don't know how long they actually went together.
I don't either. Probably not very long.
But so now they both have been married before, and of course Donald.
One's a widow, one's a widower at this point.
Yep.
But they both their spouses have died.
Yeah. And so anyway, they get married, And,
And at this point, your mom
See, Mom was
has 3 kids that brought into this?
No,
no,
Just Donald's.
Just
one.
two
Just one.
basically, because
Okay.
she's lost this
Deceased.
girl
Okay,
that we've
okay,
just
okay,
recently
gotcha.
found out about.
All right.
So there's only one child going into this relationship,
Okay.
our older brother, who is
Don
10 years
James.
older than I am.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So then, Mom and Dad weren't married that long
No, because she
before
was,
I
Now,
popped out.
how was their age? What was their age difference?
Almost the same,
Almost the
within
same.
a year or
because
two.
she was
Finally got on the
probably
same
just
page,
35 when she had you.
She was 35 when I came on board,
Okay.
So
which
then-
was 10 years after she had Donald.
so she was single for about 4 years then.
She,
maybe.
yeah, and,
'Cause
and
if you were like
I'm
fairly
10
quickly after they got married, I mean, because say there's a year there. If Don's 5 years, 10 years between you and Don, there's a 4 year period that she was probably single.
yeah, because
Yeah.
she worked at a Lutheran home. She had to scratch to support Donald because she had no income other than what she created on her own. And
No,
so, and then she worked for a family that she cleaned.
Yeah.
And she cooked for them, and this guy liked burnt cookies. So the very last pan that she baked, she had to burn them because he wanted a pan of burnt cookies.
Okay, I had heard that story.
Yeah.
That's good.
So he liked burnt cookies. So that did you hear her talking? You never heard Mom talking about
No.
that? Oh,
There you
I
go.
heard her say it a number of times. Where he liked the burnt cookies, so she always had to burn the last pan of cookies. So she worked for them for a while, and Donald could stay with her. And when she was at the Lutheran home, Donald could stay with her.
Yeah.
And so she was taking care of
Step by
people. I
step.
don't know. I think she probably cooked there too, because
Yeah.
my mom was
It
a
was
good cook.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she was.
she
She was a
lived
good
at the
cook.
Lutheran homes, I think.
What?
She lived at the Lutheran homes.
Yeah, right. She and Donald both.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a nursing home where
Right.
old
I think
people
so,
went.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mom and Dad get married, and then now they start their own life over by West Liberty, because we were actually born in that house. We were all born in that house.
Except
Oh,
March.
did Troy ask you what high school you went to? He said he
Elementary.
needed to know that for some reason.
Elementary. So you were all born in the
might
house that we remember as Grandpa and Grandma's house, the
He
big
just
one.
asked me
No,
today.
No, a different one.
He just
Different.
We were
said-
born over by
He
West
just asked me
Closer to
today.
West Liberty. Okay.
No, we were born in West Liberty, and I think we were
Okay.
born at home. Margie was born that you remember.
Okay.
The house
that
that
place.
we always went to when we were
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
and Mom
This
actually
one,
went to the
is she here?
hospital
Yeah.
to have
For
Margie.
her. Okay.
youngest
The rest
Margie.
of us were born
Was
at
she the
home.
youngest
Okay.
sibling?
Yeah.
Which is good.
So anyway, and Sadie's still part of the picture now. Now Sadie's
Yeah.
getting older.
Yeah, I wondered how that
And
worked.
she's
yeah.
kind of not been so nasty. And mom was a good person and a Christian, and she kind of forgave Sadie and let her be part of her life and all that. And I can remember going to Leslie's funeral because I was a teenager when my mom's dad died, and this was back before they had funeral homes. And I can remember going probably where he lived or somebody, and the body was laying in the living room, and that's what they did back
Yeah,
then.
they had them at the home, so they
Uh-huh.
came to the house.
Like the Amish.
Was it Leslie
Yeah.
or was it Sadie's
No, it was
second?
Leslie.
See, Sadie was remarried again.
After Leslie?
I think so.
No, this was Mom's dad. Leslie.
Mom's dad was Leslie, but I think after Leslie died, Sadie
Oh,
was
well, she
remarried
could have, but I
and lived in Fairfield.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think you're
Yeah,
right, Free.
but no,
Huh,
I never
okay.
knew that guy.
So how old was Leslie when he died? Do you have any idea?
I'd have to get my thing out. Well, let's see.
I was trying
I was a teenager,
Okay.
so he didn't die as a young person.
See, I don't remember going.
And I think I
So
could.
that was your grandpa, right?
That would have been my grandpa, yeah. And see, my grandmother actually died when my mother was 8 years old.
Right. And so did you know that the second wife, the one?
Sadie?
Yeah, did
Oh,
you know
yeah.
her?
She came and lived with us and everything else at different times. Yeah, yeah. Mom kind of forgave her, and I mean, now Mom's got her own kids and husband and a decent life and all that. And so, yeah, she kind of forgave Sadie, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Mom was nice
Wow.
to her. I mean, Mom could have been a real bitch, but she wasn't.
Oh,
That
no.
wasn't my.
That
our
wasn't
mother.
her.
She
No,
wasn't
no,
that
she's
type of
amazing.
person.
Oh.
So then, and I think I had left. When Sadie died, I think I had left. I'd already gone to D.C. or I was in Indiana when she died. But now Sadie, Rachel gets married, and she has one son.
Ross.
That was
Who's
Rachel's
Rachel?
husband,
That was his
Ross.
husband.
Now who's Rachel? She's one of Sadie's kids?
Yeah, that would be our
One of the
brother's
twins?
sister. She would be of no relation to Mom, but she would be to Donald because
Same he and
Half sister.
them, yeah, they would have the same father but different mothers.
Right. Yeah, half.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
the twins,
Cecil and
Cecil
Burnett.
and who?
Cecil and Chester.
So there's Cecil and
That-
Chester, and then this
That
girl,
would have
the
been
three of them.
Sadie and Leslie's kids.
So-
Cecil and Chester.
So they had 3 kids then.
Yeah.
The twins and the girl.
And the twins
Okay.
were 20 years older than me. So Donald was 10 when those twins were born.
Who were the twins?
Cecil and Chester.
I know, but there were some other sisters there.
Where's
Don.
That
Lorraine
would have
come
been
Who?
Silas's children prior to Mom, because he was married before.
Okay.
Those half sisters, which is what they would have been, were children Silas had before Mom came in the picture, and they were probably Mom's age.
Well, or older, because
Older, yeah.
if he's 43 years older
Yeah.
than she
Yeah,
is,
they could be significantly
Yeah.
older.
yeah, they could be,
They could be in their 40s
yeah.
Yeah.
or late 30s. Late 30s.
They could have been.
Yeah, if he was
'cause
62,
really,
they
she
could
was
be late 30s,
she was
you know?
young enough to be his
Granddaughter.
granddaughter.
I'm glad
and they
we've
could have
gotten
been
sophisticated in
the
our
age to
lives
be
and we don't
her
have
mom
any of
and
this
dad,
kind of
you know what I'm
stuff
saying?
going
Normal
on.
mom.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm kidding.
If you have 43 years difference, there's a lot
That
of people becoming
sounds like
grandparents
a-
at 43.
Well, that's
yeah.
and there was Laverne and
Surely.
I think it was
Oh gosh, that'd be funny.
Lorraine.
Laverne and Lorraine.
They were the twins.
Hasn't that
Lorraine and
incorporated?
somebody
Oh,
else.
They were
I haven't
twins, I
heard that.
think. I think they were
Laverne and Shirley,
twins.
the TV
Laverne
show.
and Lorraine, I think were twins. Don't you,
I
Jen?
think so.
And those
Wait,
are
these
who's
the original
the
twins we were
parents?
talking about?
No,
No.
these are twin girls, and we're talking
These are
about twin boys.
Sadie's and
Oh.
That'd be Silas Jenks and his first wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have not heard that
oh,
part
his
of the picture.
first wife.
and they're
Okay, I've not heard
So
that.
the
part.
old
what-
guy that's 43 some years older, you're talking about their kids now?
His
kids?
From
him
his
and
first
first
family.
wife's kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, was he just married the 2 times? His first wife and,
as
then,
far
your,
as we
and
know.
then your mom.
Well, yeah, because he died when Mom was
So those would
married
be
to
half siblings to
That's-
John Jenks.
to Dom and Nunn and you
So they're
guys.
related to Lucy. and those.
And it just
brothers.
keeps going.
I think this one needs to be a true family tree so we can
Oh,
just get it.
I just marveled that Grandma had 4 girls after age 35
I
to
know.
45.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
enough to bother
Yeah,
my brain
was she
cells. at that.
45 then when Marge was born? Because she was 35, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's rare
Just that
back
part of the
then
story shocked me.
to have a pregnancy that late. Because even now they say after 40 you shouldn't have it.
Let alone have.
Let alone
Well,
80
yeah.
years ago.
Let alone
Well, Mom and
4
Dad were about the
pregnancies.
same age.
Yeah, they were pretty much the same age.
Yeah, let alone to have 4.
And
And they're all
Margie's birthday,
normal, pretty
Mom's
much.
birthday was what, 1 or 2 days before Margie's?
In October.
In October.
One was 18, the other was 20, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Mom 18
Yeah.
and Margie 20? Or the other way
I
around?
don't remember for sure. I don't remember.
No,
So we don't want to
both,
ask when your
both your
mom's
parents
birthday
died in
was.
74, right? Wasn't
Yeah.
it 74?
6 weeks apart.
Yeah, I knew that was real close. And now wasn't, which one died first, Grandpa and Grandma? I can't remember.
Grandma.
Grandma died first, but actually Grandpa was when he got sick first.
Right.
And
He
while
lived
taking care, then she got sick and died.
Well, he lived a lot longer than what we thought he was going to live.
What'd they die from?
My dad had lung cancer, never smoked.
Wow. What'd your mom pass away from?
Liver.
But yeah, because I remember Grandpa being sick first, but
Yeah.
then Grandma died, and I'm just kind
Yeah.
of
I remember sitting in the trailer.
Well, Mom had a surgery that she never really fully recovered from.
She had a hernia.
Hernia.
She had a hernia.
Yeah, I remember her
Oh.
being
The
in the
doctor
back.
said
remember
that
that.
she needed, and she was losing weight. I remember sitting in the trailer there at your place, and we were sitting there one night. Well, obviously Don was there too, and Mom was losing weight. And we were having pizza that night, and she just said, I can just eat whatever I want to, and I'm losing weight. Well, duh.
That's a bad sign.
That's a good sign if you know what's going. That's something.
a sign of something.
But we didn't know. We were too dumb to know any better.
Yeah.
That was before I got into all this other stuff. So anyway, then Mom had a hernia that she'd had dealt with for some time, and so she decided it was time to take care of it, didn't she? So she went to the hospital in January to have the hernia taken care of, and they opened her up, and she was full of cancer.
It didn't take long.
And she didn't live very long after that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's died
March.
March,
She
April.
died.
March.
She died in March, and Dad died in April.
And Charlie's mom died about
Right in the middle
Yeah,
of it.
right in there.
right in the middle of that.
That was my
About a week
senior.
Wow.
I had a great senior year of high
Yeah,
school.
you lost a lot of grandparents. Just boom, boom, boom.
bam.
Mother,
But
father, and
I also gained my soul
Mother,
Mother-in-law.
mother-in-law.
because I became a
all
Christian
within
just days after
2
Grandma's
months.
death.
6 weeks.
Because
Wow.
of Grandma said, Lord, I'm coming home. And I'd had friends talk to me a lot up to that point. And then Mom said, and I don't even, maybe this isn't even true what her last words were, but I thought I remembered Mom saying that her last words were, Lord, I'm coming home. And I thought, oh my gosh, all that suffering, and that's what she thinks, maybe there's something to this. And so I'm sitting there at Eunice, at her trailer, and playing the organ and being miserable and hanging around all this death and funeral crap. And one of my friends, it was her spring break too, senior year spring break, fun times. And so one of my friends said, hey, you've had all this, but we're having a get together with our youth group. Do you want to come? And normally I would have said no, because I know what they're going to do, because you know what youth groups do. But I thought, I'm going to go, because these are my friends and I want to see them. And that's when they asked me one more time. And I said, hey, this stuff's real. Went home and prayed and became a Christian. Thank you, Grandma Lenz.
Really, because of that? Really?
Because of
Wow,
that.
I never knew that.
Seriously. Yeah, that's my testimony. It's Grandma Lenz.
Grandma Lenz, that's awesome.
Well, and my friends who had
Right,
been
but-
talking to me and God
right, I mean,
working on me.
they've been
and Bible
feeding
verses.
you the
They-
word.
Oh, yeah, I had it. Yeah, and I'd had all the Bible verses.
But-
I
but
didn't
that-
want to make a commitment. I said, just let me get home
Yeah.
so I can think about this, because I'd resisted for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm like, I'm not a sinner. I don't even do this. So I said, let me get home, read all the stuff again, really think about it. Because I knew from them, if I made that decision, that was
Life changing.
life changing.
Yeah.
That was it. Different life.
Yeah.
And that was, God let me get home. And
But there's
March-
no better decision
March
you've ever
17th, 1994.
made. Say, no better.
Shortly after Grandma's
yeah.
death. So, thank you, Grandma.
March 17th, you say?
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day,
That was in 1973.
12:30 a.m.
Was that 73?
74.
74?
So I think Grandpa Temple died in
Yeah,
73.
and so, not that it made it
Oh, he
better,
was
but
gone
that was
longer
the first
than Mom and
grandparent,
Dad,
and
I
then
think
Right,
it
I
was.
think
two
yeah,
more
because I was-
shortly after that.
I was in the 6th grade when Grandpa Temple died. I believe I was in the 7th grade when Grandpa
Oh,
died.
I thought there was
think-
more time than that
I thought,
between
it
their
was just
deaths.
I thought it was just a year, maybe a year and a
Could
half.
have been.
Because I was getting out of the 7th grade, because they died in March, April. I would have gotten out of 7th grade in May. And that could have been early 6th grade, because I remember it was, I thought it was like winter, so it could have been like maybe November of
See, if they would have had
72.
Technology back then
Beginning
that
of
they
the
have
school
now,
year,
he would
6th
never have
grade.
died.
Like, he just went in for a simple procedure, didn't he?
Well, he went through surgery with no problems, but then they had to go in and change something or doing something, then his heart went into fibrillation. Now they have a defibrillator,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't die now. They could get it control
Yeah,
of
'cause he
it, but
was-
back then he died then because of the second surgery.
I'll cut this off. Thanks, Troy. Enjoy.
So.